This is Valley News Live at noon.
We start with breaking news this afternoon. The massive fire that destroyed several businesses in South Fargo last month, including Gigi's Playhouse, was intentionally set. The Fargo Fire and Police Departments have been working on the investigation at the strip mall along 32nd Avenue and 2nd Street South since it went up in flames on May 11th. The arson caused an estimated $1.25 million in damage. Fargo police say so far no arrests have been made. A wild night of storms, including a tornado, thunder and lightning, and lots of rain. Our first alert storm chaser captured video of a tornado on the ground in south central North Dakota. Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson was live on air when the twister hit around 9 last night north of Edgeley in Lemoore County. Storm chaser Eric Whitehill saw the tornado cross Highway 281 just a few miles in front of him. The area south of Jamestown appears to be one of the worst hit, not only from high winds, but also by rain. Now for an update on how much rain and some severe weather impacts from last night, let's check in with Summer Snowbach. Happy Tuesday, Summer.
Happy Tuesday. It was definitely a long night and a long morning of severe weather. And on top of that confirmed tornado captured by Eric Whitehill, we do have some viewer photos and videos of right now unconfirmed tornadoes. This one possible tornado near Kindred, North Dakota. This was captured by Joel Herman last night, and it's yet to be confirmed by the National Weather Service. That's why we are saying a possible tornado. And here's a video of another possible tornado near Enderlin, North Dakota last night at 9:33. This video was sent in by Calvin Kraft, and this very likely to be the same one right near Enderlin as well. This was at 9:38 p.m. so in that same time frame as well. Monty sent that one in, and we had some very large and damaging hail across the valley as well. This was just this morning. Hail upwards of around 2 inches. You can see there on the ruler south of Marion, North Dakota. Here's some more large hailstones between 1 inch and 2 inches near Millerton, North Dakota. This one was sent in last night by Callie Payne, and this one sent in early this morning. Fort Ransom, seeing some very large hail that moved in. Radar was estimating 2 inches or larger hailstones. And on top of that, some wind damage as well. This out in Lakes Country near Lake Ida. A roof was blown off of this J&K Marine shed. Again, Lake Ida, thank you to Rick Julian for taking the time to send in these photos. There are currently still a couple severe thunderstorm warnings on the map, not necessarily in our region, but I'll let you know where those are, where they're headed, where we could see additional storm development tonight, and the best day this week that we could see potentially more severe weather.
We'll definitely stay tuned in a few minutes, and it also sounds important enough to cover your car as well, because with all that hail. Thank you, Summer. Well, people are adding up damage from those storms overnight. Check out this video from Susie Holen in Judd, North Dakota.
The tree's completely down. This is a big old tree. Like, I don't even know how we're gonna get that. I don't even know how we're gonna get that out of here.
You can see a large tree fell onto her home. Holen says there's significant damage in her area from strong winds whipping through her property. Most across the valley have their lights and AC back on after power was knocked out last night. Repair crews from Xo Energy, Cass County Electric, and Moorhead Public Service, among others, have been out all night, bringing thousands of people back online. One of the substations in Moorhead was hit by lightning. Cass County Electric and Xo Energy say scattered outages were from the wind and lightning. Water flooded a usually busy Fargo road following a water main break. Happened around 4 this morning in the 1400 block of Main Avenue. That's just outside the Old Doyle cab office. No word on how the water line ruptured or when it will be fixed. West Fargo Public Works is working to repair a water leak in front of L.E. Berger Elementary School. City crews say people living along 4th Avenue East between 6th and 7th Streets may lose water service while they fix the leak. Repairs should be complete by the end of the day with minimum impact to drivers in the area. This morning, city crews in Minneapolis try to reopen the area around George Floyd Square for the second time in less than a week. They're hoping to get traffic flowing again around 38th Street and Chicago Avenue. They're clearing objects blocking traffic. The intersection has been a primary gathering place for remembrance and protests since Floyd was killed there by a police officer more than a year ago. Workers already removed vehicle barriers, but protesters began parking cars and piling pallets in the street again. The city is attempting to preserve much of the artwork set up in the intersection. A new bipartisan report from the Senate out this morning says law enforcement should have been better prepared for the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol. As Natalie Brand reports, it identified security and intelligence failures surrounding the attack.
A new Senate report says Capitol Intelligence saw social media posts as far back as December about a plot to breach the Capitol, including maps of the buildings and tunnels and threats of violence against members of Congress. But it adds that the Capitol Police Force's Intelligence Division did not convey the full scope of known information to USCP leadership, rank-and-file officers, or law enforcement partners.
Part of the reason it was overlooked is people were saying, well, this just can't happen. These groups of folks, they can't do that. Well, now we know they can.
The more than 100-page document was the result of a joint investigation by the Senate Homeland Security and Rules Committees. The Democratic and Republican leaders sat down with CBS News.
What was the most surprising breakdown or failure that you learned about through this investigation?
The intelligence failure.
How long it took the Defense Department to respond.
There just wasn't a plan ahead of time.
The report mentions former President Trump's speech to his supporters the morning of January 6th, but it does not dig into specific root causes of the attack.
Our job was not to go back and talk about what happened in terms of the motivation. It was about, okay, once it happened, what did we do here in the Capitol and how could this have happened?
In a response, U.S. Capitol Police said in part it welcomes the analysis and agrees improvements are needed specific to intelligence analysis and dissemination. However, it insisted that at no point prior to the 6th did it receive actionable intelligence about a large-scale attack. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
The bipartisan report recommended appointing a new police chief and giving him or her more authority to prepare for major events. It also calls for more training and improved communication. We may see quite a bit of activity at Fargo's International Airport tomorrow. Don't worry, it's just a drill. A full-scale airport disaster simulation is happening starting at 10 in the morning. The exercise scenario involves an aircraft carrying 62 passengers and 4 crew members that crashes upon landing. The exercise is conducted every 3 years to meet FAA requirements, and so first responders can practice their response to an airline emergency. The West Fargo School District is trying to address a shortage of support staff and is holding a job fair today to fill open positions. The focus is on paraprofessionals, custodians, food service workers, and bus drivers. The open house style event is happening 4 to 6 tonight at Cheney Middle School. It's a chance to learn more about current employment opportunities with West Fargo Public Schools. Submit an online application and be considered for an immediate interview on site. Well, having some fun at Thunder Road is lending a hand to locals in need today. It's happening now until 10 tonight. If you buy a $20 punch card, $10 will be donated to Lend a Hand Up, helping neighbors battling health issues. Punch cards can be used today or just bought today and saved for another day this summer. Well, coming up at noon, why some privacy advocates are concerned about a new Amazon service launching today. And we saw that crazy weather overnight. You can even look at the skies right now. Weather up next to plan your day with Summer Snowball.